Good morning, Year 6, and welcome to this week's spelling. This week we're kind of doing a recap of a couple of things. So we're going to be looking at some irregular past tense, just to remind us of those. And we're also going to be looking at Ough as a spelling and all of the different ways it can be pronounced and all of the different words that it's used in. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at these little mini sentences. So all of these verbs, so the verbs are the actions that are in kind of the italics at the bottom of each little sentence. They all have the irregular past tense, so we don't just add ed onto the end of them. So like, right now I am walking would be the present tense. I'm not walking, I'm actually sitting. But right now I am walking, and then the past tense would be yesterday I walked, and I would just add ed onto the end of that. But as we know, there's a lot of verbs where we don't just add ed, they're irregular. And so we actually have a whole new word. So I am sitting, right now I am sitting, that would be the present. And then I would say yesterday I sat. Okay, so that's irregular, it's not just sitted, as we all know. So the first thing that I would like you to have a go at doing is pausing the video, and I want you to think about what all of these verbs are in the past tense. So starting off with the little sentence starter, yesterday I. Okay, so because what we've got here is the present tense, just now I am sleeping. So as an example, it would be, yesterday I slept. So we've got sleeping as the present, and slept as the past. So pause the video and have a go at doing that for all of these, please. Okay, welcome back. So we'll just go through a couple of examples. So just now I am teaching. Yesterday I taught. Just now I am creeping. Yesterday I crept. Just now I am singing. Yesterday I sang. Just now I am winning. Yesterday I won. So here we've got all of the different examples, so you can have a look at which ones you got and any that you might have found a little bit tricky. I wonder whether here anybody wrote brought rather than bought. So the past tense of buying something is bought. We're going to talk in a couple of slides' time about the difference between brought and bought. So now we're going to have a look at Ough. First thing I want you to do is pause the video here and write down or type into a Google Doc, whichever you would like to do, how many different words can you think of that have this spelling in them. Now, if you're really stuck with this and you cannot think of any words, what you could do is go to your Friend and Foe chapters and have a read through a couple of pages of Friend and Foe and see if you can spot any words with Ough in from there. Then you could grab another book and do a similar thing and see how many words you can find that have Ough in them. Little hint for you, Ough is one of the trickiest spellings in English. It can be used to spell a number of different sounds and none of them sound like what you'd expect them to sound like. So when you have written down as many words as you can think of, I now want you to sort them into these different categories based on the grapheme. So this based on the sound that the grapheme makes, so the spelling makes. So we've got here any words in that you've written that Ough that sound like off. So I'll give you an example here. You could have tough. He was really tough, or his, or come back to me, I'll think of a sentence for tough. I don't know if any of you guys give me any ideas. So any words here where it sounds like an off, so tough. Can you think of any others? Here you've got the spelling Ough where it sounds like or. Here where it sounds like off. Here where it sounds like oh. Here where it sounds like ow, and here where it sounds like Okay, so I thought of another example here for off. We could have enough. So it's spelt with Ough, but it's said as off. We could have cough. Where would cough go? Off. So where would the Ough go? It sounds like off. You can pop that in there. Where would fort go? F-ought. So where would that go? Let me, a couple more. Sorry, I think I cut myself off there. So I'm going to give you a couple more examples. So through, ooh, where would that go? So remember the pronunciations are here. So they're all spelled with O-U-G-H, but the pronunciations are in there. Through, I climbed through the tunnel. Ooh, so where would that go? And then thought, ought, where would that go? And then if you've got any other examples, you can pop them in there as well. I'm just going to show you the ones that I've got here. So we've got rough, tough, enough. I want you to pause now and I want you to read the rest of the words through. Read them and say them out loud. That will really help you remember how to spell them as well. So pause the video here, read through them. I'm just going to read through them now in case there were any that you found tricky. So through, thorough, borough, ought, bought, thought, naught, brought, fought, plough, bow, dough, although, though, and cough. Okay, here we are on to bought and brought, which lots of people, including myself, find very tricky and often get mixed up. So just a little reminder for you, because we're looking at O-U-G-H. So both of these are the past tense. Bought, ought, is the past tense of buy. So I bought a gift at the shop. I am buying a gift at the shop. They would go together. And then brought is past tense of bring. I am bringing a gift to the party. I brought a gift to the party. Okay, so bought goes with buy and brought goes with bring. And that's one of the ways that you can try and remember. Bruh for brought, bruh for bring, bought and buy. Okay, what we need to have a go now at doing for your little activity for this spelling session is filling in the gaps of these sentences. And all of these missing words have a spelling of O-U-G-H. Okay, all of the words are on this slide. So I'll attach the slideshow like I normally do, so you can kind of just look at the slideshow as you're doing the activity, or you can rewind the video, whatever is easiest for you, and see if you can figure out what would go in there and have a go at writing it down, because that will really help you remember how to spell it. So the soles of your trainers shouldn't be smooth. They need to be something so they can grip the floor. So the soles of your trainers shouldn't be smooth. They should be tough so they can grip the floor. Rough so they can grip the floor. Okay, obviously it's rough because that's the opposite of smooth. So the soles of your trainers shouldn't be smooth. They need to be rough so they can grip the floor. So have a go at writing rough down. Remember, if you can't remember how to spell it, you can go back and have a look at the other slide. Okay, we went shopping today and Mum bought me some new t-shirts. Remember, it's bought because it's the past tense of buy, so it's not brought. Have a go at writing that down. Doctor Who travels through space and time in the TARDIS. Right, what I want you to do now is pause the video and see if you can do numbers 4 to 8. See if you can figure out what the missing words are, and then you can unpause and I will read the sentences out loud for you. Okay, so how many did you come up with? I'm going to read through them now, just in case you weren't sure, so that you can have a go at writing them down to practice the spelling. So number 4, even though it's not very sunny, it's quite warm today. Number 5, it's polite to put your hand over your mouth when you cough. Plus, it stops the germs spreading around. Number 6, last summer it didn't rain for weeks and the council stopped people using garden hose pipes because of the drought. Number 7, we're making bread in DT this week. First, you have to mix the dough from flour, water and yeast. Then you knead it for 10 minutes. Number 8, gosh, that was a really tough test. I don't think I got more than half right. Okay, so when you've had a go at writing all of those missing words, that is the end of spelling for this week. If you have written anything down or you've got any questions, you can upload them to your Google Classroom, or you can comment on the assignment and ask me any questions, and I'll get back to you and let you know. Thanks, everyone. Bye.